Cobra Defectors. When members of Cobra's elite Crimson Guard turn to the Joes for sanctuary, it's an opportunity for Snake Eyes Scarlet and their ninja team to eliminate the threat of Springfield once and for all. Or is it too good to be true? Presented by Skybound Entertainment, distributed by Image Comics, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Volume 1, Issue 316. At Camp Greer, Utah, Spirit is on lookout duty. He's on a high security alert and reports to Duke that he has visual on a civilian vehicle. The vehicle is from Springfield. Sherlock and Law and Order are stationed at the gate. Sherlock warns the passengers, do not exit the vehicle. Keep your hands inside and don't make any sudden moves. As ordered, the dog growls. Law affirms, we're going to do this by the book. Law warns the Springfield residents, you are on restricted government property and I have to ask you to turn around and go back. The woman replies, that is not an option, sir. We're defecting from Cobra. A Crimson Guard, Steve 241 adds. We drove nonstop cross country to get here. We're seeking asylum and witness protection. I was a Crimson Guard and I'm willing to swap intel for protection. Suddenly Duke shows up and says, I'll take it from here, Law. Duke then directs the Crimson Guard drive up to the front door of the center hut. At Baton Rouge, at the Revanche, Doctor Mindbender arrives and requests to speak with Alpha 001. The Revanche robot scans him using facial recognition but detects discrepancies due to the mutant virus bomb. Nonetheless, Alpha 001 appears via hologram. Alpha 001 says, we are conducting a clean sweep of all Cobra influences here on Cobra Island. We do not require your services. Please leave. Dr. Mindbender responds, hold on, I'm offering all my proprietary brainwave scanner technology and the multiple source gene splicing tech that created all the Serpentor variant. Dr. Mindbender continues, I even have a perfect clone of the original Serpentor. Alpha 001 replies, then we have a deal and we'll throw in a dose of the mutant antidote as well. Alpha 001 then issues orders for Dr. Mindbender to be received, stating he will be taken care of. At Cobra Island, the Cobra Casino vacationers are brainwashed to forget their traumas, but there is more than just forgetting. Alpha 001 says the non-invasive laser chip implanting process is performing beyond expectation. Soon, all the mind control casino patrons will be integrated into communities across the United States of America. He also communicates to the Revanche Command Center in Baton Rouge. Be absolutely certain that Dr. Mindbender gets the full treatment. Dr. Mindbender questions, I don't understand. What is the full treatment? I developed the antidote myself, and it consists of a single injection. They inform him that they have improved on the formula and developed further treatment technology to prevent relapses. The Revanche commander says the usual treatment we use on a casino patron is non-invasive, but here we are more thorough. At Scotland, Cobra Commander Destro and the Baroness sit at a table. Destro has nothing in front of him to eat as the Baroness explains the Lord prefers to dine in private. Destro responds, a continuance of an old family tradition, I'm afraid. Please do not take it personally. The Baroness replies, I'm sure the two of you have many important matters of business to discuss. I shall not let my presence be of hindrance to your transactions. Good night. Cobra Commander and Destro stare each other down. Cobra Commander says she seems to be taking it all quite calmly. I had expected more. Well, you know, Cobra Command had once given the order to shoot the Baroness. Destro responds, do not be deceived. There is no forgiveness in her, but she always has been pragmatic about business. She will not let personal grievances stand in the way of an equitable partnership if negotiated with integrity. The Baroness in her wheelchair moves through the candlelight halls at night. She then rises, opens a door, and sees Cobra Commander sleeping. She draws a dagger ready to strike, but she can't do it. She bows her head. Destro, standing behind her, says, I know you couldn't do it, my dear. At Utah, Stalker greets the ninja team, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Scarlet, Dawn Morano, and Jinx. Scarlet says, we were all getting nicely settled into our digs under the old pit beneath Fort Wadesworth. Why all the secrecy? Stalker replies, it will be clear once we get down to the pit. Duke says, we're behind a one-way mirror. That's the family of Cobra Defector Steve 241. They're defecting from Cobra. Stalker adds, that's Dan, Steve's invalid dad on the left. Next to is a adopted daughter, Nina. The wife is Barbara. The DOD has arranged for them to enter witness protection. The deal is that we get to debrief them about everything they know regarding Cobra's infrastructure and operational planning, Scarlet asks. But what does this have to do with our ninja team? Stalker replies, there's a golden opportunity to insert a covert team into Springfield and gather solid intel. Members of the ninja team will replace the family and assume their identities back in Springfield. Stalker continues, Snake Eyes will be Steve and Scarlet will be Barb. Snake Eyes is used to wearing a full rubber mask so we can get away with simple makeup and prosthetics. For Scarlet, it helps that you're a real couple. Jinx will be Nina. Hairstyle, makeup, and glasses will do the trick. Sean Collins will be Dan. Dan will be not expected to speak, so Sean is perfect, and he's also used to wearing full rubber masks. Storm Shadow and Dawn will be in full ninja mode and operate at night. During the day, they will stay hidden in the house. Duke says tech teams already took casts of their face and are creating the mask and prosthetics. You'll team up with the person you're impersonating to nail their speech patterns, body language, and text. We're having them type up personal biographies so you can memorize their backstories. Okay, let's go in and meet them. Duke comes in to introduce the ninja team and the impersonators to Steve 241 and his family. Steve 241 says, I understand that we will be spending some time with you to make you familiar with our speech patterns, gestures, and general demeanor. Steve Wife says to Scarlet, we want to help in any way we can. Jinx also introduces herself as Stalker finishes up and says it would be a cinch if Cobra Commander was still in charge. But Destro is another story altogether. Back in Springfield, we see two Mars soldiers speaking. One is Mars Trooper and the other is management. The Mars Trooper says most of Cobra's forces have turned themselves in and are cooperating, but a good number of cowboys have fled. We're conducting a housing assessment to determine what housing stock is still viable and occupied. The Mars employees are a little saddened by the destruction of the homes, but acknowledge it could have been worse. Mars management says residents of a Steve series Crimson Guardsman, Steve 241, his wife Barb, adopted daughter Nina, and Steve's invalid father Dad are missing. The Mars trooper replies, they seem to have hightailed it. Scottish management adds he was a Crimson Guard known in Cobra circles as Sieges. Sieges are fanatics. They even go as far as having plastic surgery to look identical to the other in the series. You think he'd be the last to desert. The Mars soldier responds, still he's a man of conscience. He put the welfare of his family above all other loyalties. Put them on the maybe list, and maybe they just might come back. Back at Camp Greer, a chopper is landing piloted by Wild Bill with lift ticket, Muskrat, Agent Helix, wetsuit, and Molto aboard. Wild Bill says, we're on the ground in seconds. The recon team looks exhausted. Wild Bill continues, they must be thrilled to be out of the bush and back in the pit. Okay, you're running toward the chopper. It looks like bad news. Stalker says, I hate to burst your happy bubble, but you have 1 hour to do the 3 S's. Shower, shave, and use the bathroom. Grab clean BTUs, battle dress uniforms, weapons, field gear, and a hot quick meal. We'll load the ammo supplies and the communication gear. Wild Bill and Lift Ticket, top off your tanks and run a quick aircraft check. Liftoff is in 1 hour. Wild Bill asks, where are we even going? Stalker replies, Cobra Island, right back where you came from. The T-Readers want Hugh Mint, and there's no time to brief a new team. Next, presented by Skybound Entertainment, distributed by Image Comics, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Volume 1, Issue 317.